What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. What? What the hell do you mean? Welcome to the show. Yep, that's right. New location. Thought I was not going to be able to do a show. Um, actually, was not going to do. We weren't going to do one this week. Because I'm up at our new house, like we said, our new location, the future home of Huddle Card Collection. And when my wife and son yesterday were like, "Hey, you didn't do a show this week. What's going on?" And I said, "Well, I didn't think it was the right thing to do with us being here." And they're like, "You're going to break the streak of going live 168 weeks in a row?" What's up, Orlando? How you doing?
Orlando.
And I said, "Well, I just didn't think it was the right thing to do." And they're like, "Oh, you got to do a show. You got to keep it going." So, what's up, Lachlan? So I hit up Johnny, and Johnny was like, yeah, we can do a show.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? So, how's everything going with you, man?
I'm doing great. How about yourself with the move and all that? Well, I know you're not fully moved, but I mean,
No, not fully moved. Just trying. It's we moved some stuff up here, not a lot. I mean, we moved a fraction, but a lot of the stuff we moved was stuff that because our house was going to go on the market and stuff. So the stuff that we kind of moved up here was stuff to basically declutter and get rid of some of the stuff that was, at the other house.
right.
Then Mike is here. We had planned on building a fence along, and we had all our material ready to go and everything. But we tried 4 different posts, and out of the 4, the deepest we got on any of them with a gas tower and auger was about a foot. And we said, that's not going to work. You go to the other 4 that we tried, we didn't even get one of them. I think we got about 1.5 inches before it wouldn't go anymore.
Wow.
What's up, John?
John?
So I said, you know what? Hands up. I'm done. We're going to bring a professional in.
They'll bring in the big old motor, that big old backhoe, and use that thing.
Let them go ahead and figure out how to go ahead and get it done. So we started actually framing out the extra bedroom that we're going to put in the downstairs area. So we got some stuff done. But overall, it's been a great week. I mean, just being up here, it's been so cool, and stuff. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing what happens with our house in Georgia. So we can go ahead and get up here and be up here full time and stuff, and really go ahead and enjoy what we have.
Now, are we looking right now where you're sitting? Is that going to be the Huddle Card Collection room?
No, this is my wife's future office / craft room.
Gotcha.
I have to build I'm going to take a corner downstairs where I will have basically everything. It'll be, you want to call it an office. It'll be the studio. It'll be, where I keep my inventory. It'll be my shipping station. So it's going to be, I'll have one room where everything will be. And being that I'm going to add, like right now, just sports cards. I am going to add action figures and probably, music, maybe CDs, cassettes, and stuff like that. So I won't need a lot of space for inventory. I have like 5,000 listings right now on eBay of sports cards, and that's basically three-row boxes. So I don't need a lot. You don't need a lot of space for the sports cards for inventory. I mean, you get one of those metal racks and it's 5 shelves. You could fit 8 to 10 boxes on every shelf.
Yeah.
So you're talking I'll be able to have a lot of cards and everything and stuff.
I want to get your new address so when I send cards out to you, they get to
Yes,
you.
sir. Yeah, that's why I was trying not to like. It's tough because I've been watching some cards on eBay that I want, to add to my Fred's In collection. And I'm like, damn, I don't want to buy them because I don't know, how long it's going to be or stuff like that, or getting breaks and stuff like that. Like I would normally try and do, like if somebody's doing a player break, and Fred Lynn is in the thing, I'll try and get him and everything. But not knowing how a lot of people ship them, like I don't want to, so. But we get back to normal once we go ahead, and get sold here. And then plus, so busy between work and dealing with this house, dealing with the existing house, the house, we live in now and everything. So, it, yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. But how's everything going?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I mean, just chilling out once the weather breaks for good and not have these 70-degree days down to 45-degree days. I can get some stuff done that I got to get done, but all going good though. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, we had that here this week. What, yesterday it was like 80, and then today the high was like 53.
Yeah.
And windy, so on the lake with the wind, it's even even colder and stuff. But overall, can't complain. So, what do you think about opening day baseball? Anything special? Have you caught anything?
I haven't really caught much. I mean, I caught the highlights of my Nationals beating the Cubbies 10-3, but other than that, I haven't really watched too much. Here and there, I catch something, but been watching some breaks, got into a couple, but other than that, not really. Haven't really caught up on that too much as far as baseball wise, the games. But
I will say from I was always it was like with the way he pitched. Yep.
What's up, AJ?
How you doing, AJ? Special edition.
That's right.
When I was looking at the opening day schedule, and I saw that Skeens was going to pitch against my Mets, and I'm like, oh boy, that's going to be a tough one. That dude, he had a really good spring, but obviously we went ahead and put a beating on him. He didn't even make it out of the first inning. So,
what's up, Chuck?
What's up, Chuck? But I mean, I don't think there's been any. I don't know. To me, there's been no surprises per se, when it comes to, MLB. I don't think,
really in sports, there hasn't been too much that's going on. Nothing huge,
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like the Dodgers, the Orioles, them, and just, like I said, with me, when I look at it from the standpoint of is, really, other than some player stuff and everything, there really hasn't been that, holy cow, I can't believe this. Ellie did play. Well, you're right. I mean, definitely wasn't his, O'Neal Cruz, not Ellie Cruz, O'Neal Cruz. O'Neal Cruz went ahead and did not go ahead and play well in that game. So, I mean, you're not wrong, John. You're not wrong. But I think, like I said, I don't know, really hasn't been much of, I don't know if there's been anything to, get excited and just like that.
Not that I have seen. I mean,
I've been sick all the way. Man, that stinks. You missed Edwin Diaz hearing the trumpets and going ahead and getting his first save with the Dodgers. That backstabbing son of a gun. But like I said, I really haven't. I've paid attention to him. I've been busy here and stuff like that, so it's been hard. But I don't know. One of the things they're doing this, we saw from the from spring training was the ABS. I don't know if we talked about it that much, but what do you think about the ABS thing of the batters, being able to challenge, a strike call?
I mean, it's a hard one there because I mean, if you think it's an obvious miss, okay, I understand it. But if it's really close, then no. I just don't think it's challenges should not be in baseball. I'm sorry.
AJ, I'd have to double check. I haven't been home all week, but I mean, if it came this week, then no, I haven't. But I haven't been home, so I don't know. I can't say yes or no whether or not.
And I did, and my video should be up already.
Yeah, Braves blew both challenges in the first inning on 2 pitches that were not close. See, that's the thing that gets me, Locke. And what I was wondering, does the manager, get with the players beforehand, the guys that are in the lineup, and go, hey, look, I don't care how bad it is, but I don't want you, challenging in the first inning. Like I wonder if like I think about myself, being a guy who has managed, baseball, albeit just rec baseball. I just wonder, and I would like to say my guys, all right, look, first 3 innings, we don't want to do any challenges because if we challenge and they go ahead and, they don't work out, we're done.
Yeah, I think you wait if you're going to have that. If I was a wait till like 5th or 6th inning, and then depending on where you're at in the game, and yeah,
every pitch should be called electronically. I don't know, Locke, and I mean that's a tough one for me. I mean, I just catch a wasted one with 2 outs and no one on. Yep. Acuna wasted one in the second pitch of the inning. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I understand you want to give your players some leeway, but my goodness gracious, how do you go ahead and do that in the second inning of a ball game?
And I mean, if you're gonna allow batters to go, do you allow the pitcher to do the same thing? Then he should be able to challenge his own pitches. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I believe the catchers can. I don't know if the pitcher could do it, but I believe the catcher can do it. But like I said, to me, I just don't, man.
I just don't agree with it. I agree when they're running the bases and all because it can be real close. Okay, yeah, you do it there.
Oh, so the pitcher can do it. I wasn't 100% sure on the pitcher. Thanks, Walker. I knew the catcher and the batter, but the pitcher can't. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I just, like I said, to me, I don't know. I just, I mean, if you're gonna challenge it, when's the right time to do it? Number one, but number two, like Lachlan said, every pitch should be called electronically. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess that at least that would. I just don't understand how that works from the batter perspective to the way the system works. Obviously, there has to be something that takes the difference of, let's say, Aaron Judge, who's what, 6'7", and Jose Altuve, who's 3'4".
Close.
So obviously there must be the camera in center field somehow figures out the box.
Yeah.
And then as it crosses the plate, you have the other. I don't know. I get it. I'm not a big fan of it. If that's the way baseball goes, that's the way baseball goes. I mean, there's nothing we can really do about it. We'll just have to, figure it out. Yeah, no, I know what it just. I'm just saying, from my standpoint, I don't know. I guess I'm just, when it comes to this part of the game, I guess I'm just a boomer, man. I'm just, I'm the old school person, I mean, from that standpoint. I mean, the whole analytic crap is enough for me. Now they're going to add this, it makes it,
yeah,
makes it.
They just keep adding to it.
I mean, I have not seen it. I haven't watched a lot. Obviously, been here, been busy. But when I do watch it, I just hope it's something that is quick.
Yeah.
Like, don't take 30 seconds to go ahead and let me know whether that was a strike or not.
Yeah.
An old man in a mask did not have the influence on the game. I mean, then Larkin, the truth of the matter is you know what? I mean, every single, what's up, Matty
So,
Ice?
man,
Then, I mean, I guess from that standpoint, every single, we should, every play should be reviewed no matter what instead of being challenged. Every slide in the second, third, home, every close play at first. Maybe it should all be done electronically by video, and probably AI in some way, shape, or form. I mean, I don't know. I just, like, has it
I
gotten bad over the years that we have to have this?
mean, like I said, I can understand with the base running because you got that foot that's a quarter way there and the ball's right there. I can see it there. But for strikes and balls, no. Just let it go. It is what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is. We'll see how they look. I mean, look, the truth is they're going to incorporate more. Um, who knows? Maybe they'll do fair ball, foul ball like they do in tennis. Maybe, right? They'll have some kind of thing where if it hits on the line, you hear something, stuff like that.
It's just going to make the game go longer and longer and longer for everything they add to it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just think, I guess, framing is BS. I
Everybody
mean,
has their opinion, and it's a good thing.
it's BS maybe from a standpoint in that it could make a ball look like a strike. And I guess, for the past, I don't know what, 100+ years, it's been okay.
I'm pretty sure we just got called dinosaurs.
Well, hey, that's fine.
I might be.
I'm okay with that. Being old is not a bad thing.
And like I said, everybody's going to have their own opinion about it.
Yeah.
People that like it, people that don't like it. That's what makes the good conversation.
All I'm saying is either do it or we did this like piecemeal stuff, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. Just say, look, here's what we're doing. If it's good enough for balls and strikes to be challenged, why isn't it good enough for the whole thing? Kind of like Locken saying, okay, fine, then just make it everything. Make it okay. Every single pitch that is thrown, it's going to go ahead and it's going to happen. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
Matty, you're not that far behind us. That's all I'm going to say.
But I get it. There really is probably two camps, right? There's there's the guys like me, the old school guys like me, that in reality, I don't want to see any of it. I don't want to see replay. I don't want to see ABS. I don't want to see any of that stuff. It doesn't mean that it's the wrong thing to say. It's the wrong opinion. It's the wrong whatever you want to call it. There are people who want umpires being taken out of the game that they have zero to do. Let it be all about players. And I'm okay. Your argument is you want mistakes and screw up by non-players affecting the outcome of the game. My argument is that for some strange reason, this is just me, I haven't, gone ahead and heard the calling for this. I mean, I don't remember it in the 80s. I don't remember it in the 90s. Maybe it was there. I don't remember it in the early 2000s. it's I don't know.
And you can't
It's
tell me
it's
electronics can't make mistakes because they can.
it,
So it
it's
kind
it,
of,
I think also from a standpoint of this, it's sports.
yeah,
We're not solving the world's problems. It's a game. If you're telling me that they need to do this because people are losing a ton of money gambling, that's a them problem, not a sport.
yeah,
From that standpoint. You know, I mean, from all that kind of stuff. Again, not saying that it's a bad thing. I don't like it. It is what it is. But if you're going to do it all complete. Don't piecemeal it.
yeah,
Whatever it is, do it. If you're looking at every single thing when it comes to the game of how you can somehow, after all these years, make it better, then implement them all.
right.
I mean, if that means you don't have a physical umpire at each base, and on a play, you just, I don't know, you wait for, you hear a noise over the thing, or I don't know. I mean, whatever it is. I don't, like I said, I don't necessarily care what they do, but I just want, to me, you either go all in or you go all out.
Yeah, I agree. AJ, mine came perfectly, brother. Don't worry about it. Did a good job.
From that standpoint, you
Um,
did it.
yeah, I agree. I mean, if you take all them out, I mean, how are you like if this guy's sliding in second? Now you're gonna wait another 30 seconds to a minute to find out if he was safe or not. I mean, it's just that I don't agree with that part of it, but I agree with you. Either go all in or don't do it at all.
Right. What I'm saying is, you know, why have the challenge? If there's a close play, it automatically goes to video. Period.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know whether you're out or safe. The guy up there is going to go ahead and tell
it's
you.
like the NFL does. The replay, just use that. But
Well, yeah, you can. Again, I just, it's just my opinion. I don't like it.
right,
There's
I'm with
plenty
you.
of people. You look at it from a standpoint of this, people who only started. I mean, but there are people of all ages. People who get into the game at all different ages. But you look at someone who's a little older, and maybe they only started watching a couple of years ago. Them, the pitch clock has been something that they've ever always overknown.
Right,
Instant replay is something that they always knew. So to them, it's nothing different about the game. That's the way the game is to them.
exactly.
You know, but who knows? I mean, how are they going to change basketball? How are they going to change hockey? How are they going to change, more with football? Of all these things being, the penalties and stuff like that, that refs call, that refs don't call, from that standpoint. But we'll see. I mean, I think, like I said, in my opinion, I think Lachlan was right when he said all pitches should be called electronically. To me, if you're gonna approve challenges, you might as well get to that point and just do it and be done with it. Move on.
Yeah, I agree.
And then figure out how you bring that back, or how you bring that down scale. Obviously, in Major League Baseball, that's all fine like that. I'm curious, could you implement something like that at the college level?
Good question.
I don't know what the technology is or how much it costs.
All right, that's the other thing.
I would believe that you can't do it at the collegiate level just because there's too many, like how do you choose, number one, where's the money going to come from? If a school is not if a school is not a big school and doesn't have a big enrollment, where's it going to come from? Right, that's what I'm saying. There's more money, so it wouldn't be in college. So you would probably minor league ball and higher would be the only time you'd see it. But I agree, there is no money. You would need to have Major League Baseball would have to do a lot of donating to if they wanted it at the college level.
Right.
And I can't see why they would want that. I don't know what that does.
Yeah.
You know. But we shall see. We shall see. There's no big football news.
Nope, I haven't seen anything.
I know we have the draft coming up in the month of April. April, what is that? I think April 20th. April 21st? No.
I'm not sure. I can't remember what Anthony said it was. I can't remember.
I know Anthony is trying to see if I know Anthony is going to go, but I think he's trying to actually see if he can get tickets to be on the inside.
Yeah.
And not be outside with the crowd. Because that's how Anthony rolls, man.
Just walks right in.
Yeah.
I'm here to help Pittsburgh make a pick.
Yeah. I used to be a ball boy for the Steelers. I need to be in that building. Enough of this crap. So, oh boy, Ben, this road to WrestleMania has more potholes than I think a New York City street.
I agree. Because you've got 2 more matches for WrestleMania now on the men's side. Well, 1 more because you were going to have the Intercontinental or the U.S. title be up there anyway. But now you have the Drew and Fatu match.
I caught the highlights of SmackDown. So yeah, I saw the highlights. I'm going to tell you right now. What are you doing, Carmelo Hayes?
Yeah, I don't know what the point was.
You build him up to let Sami Zayn beat him.
Yeah.
To then probably have Trick Williams beat Sami Zayn at Mania.
So then you can have the Trick Williams Carmelo Hayes matches.
I mean, seriously? You couldn't have figured you had to inject Sammy into that one? I mean, that is just like this is what gets me, and I think you and I spoke about like Angels were up 6-0, now it's 9-6 Astros. Oh well.
Wow.
You building up Carmelo when you do this to him, it's amazing to me. It's like I think we've spoke about before. It's that like if you're Carmelo Hayes, what could they possibly have told you that you're okay with dropping the title to frickin' Sami Zayn?
You get it back from Trick, maybe? I don't know. Really, that'd be the only thing I could think of.
But you're going to miss out on you're missing out on the Daytona 500, the World Series, the Stanley Cup, the Super Bowl, the Indianapolis 500 of your sport.
I mean, unless somehow they end up making.
Don't say it.
Yep. I can see happening. I can see it possibly happening with them.
I just see, to me, this is one of those things where I don't know what kind of contract Carmelo Hayes has, but this is one of those things that would make me scratch my head and say, why do I want to stay with this company?
Yeah.
And then how in the hell do you have, don't get me wrong, I don't like the guy. I don't think he's much of a wrestler. Maybe he is. I just don't, there's nothing about him that makes me want to be like, oh my gosh, I better not leave the TV. To me, when this guy shows up, to me, that's the time to take a bathroom break. The Kit Wilson, but you have him job for Jelly Roll?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, I'm like you. I don't like the guy. I was glad that he got beat, but I mean, and I like Jelly Roll. Don't get me wrong, but he should stick to maybe being a special guest or something like that. But yeah, and
his second match in WWE, and he goes against a guy who has had some kind of not momentum for winning, but all this shit, all that kind of stuff, right? You kind of, and then you have him job to a guy to Jelly Roll. Like I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I don't either. I mean,
You
was
know?
it to set up the RKO at the end of the night? What he got from Randy? I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
You know, it's one of those things. Like every time you think maybe something might, they do shit like this. Yeah, that they just don't realize how bad it makes. Right.
I don't know if it didn't bring any new viewers because you had Jelly Rolls. I would have brought a couple of his people over, but I mean, not enough to really.
But yeah, but let me ask this question: are those people coming back if Jelly Roll is not advertised for the next
Right.
whatever for the next show?
Probably not. So I mean, it's not going to bring constant viewers. It bring viewers for that night, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, they obviously have shown something that they don't care a lot about. They don't care about fans anymore. I'm sorry. I mean, it's got to believe.
Right.
But it ain't famous show. I forgot about that commercial. We're professionals, so don't try this at home. And then you take a guy who just lost a whole bunch of weight, who's a country singer, throw him in the ring, and bingo, bango, boingo. There's him, I friggin' speed, and all this other crap. It's just, I mean, I don't know. I don't understand what they're doing. They obviously, like I said, they don't care. I mean, I was listening on the wrestling channel on Sirius XM, and they were saying, that their ticket sales at this point in time for this WrestleMania in Vegas versus this same point in time last year, it's amazing how far down they are.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something, and then the whole Matt Cardona and Randy Orton, I didn't understand that. I understand he's sticking up for Cody, but whatever. But you could tell at the beginning of when Randy was out there talking, and this is how they did it. He was going to announce who he was talking to on the phone. And as soon as he said that, Cardona's music starts playing.
Mm-hmm. Being for the title, just open a match spot. I wonder what it could be.
Ain't going to be anything good.
Yeah.
You're going to have Jelly Roll facing Toxic Guy again.
Well, no, and then I don't know. I mean, like I said, what are we? Today is the 28th of March, Saturday.
3 weeks.
We are literally we are literally 3 weeks from WrestleMania.
Oh God, not bad, Bunny.
Oh, God, please, no, Locking, don't speak that. We don't want that to be true. But here we are, 3 weeks from WrestleMania. We have the 2 men's title matches. We have the 2 women's title matches. We have Drew. We have Brock.
Mm-hmm. Now you have
it's Sammy and Trick. So there's 8 matches right there. And then we're obviously getting some kind of
you're gonna have the
4-way or something like that for the women's tag title.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're gonna get that.
So that's 9 matches right there.
Plus the Finn versus Dom. I'm pretty sure that's the match they're gonna put there at WrestleMania. I can't see it being anywhere else.
I mean, I guess maybe they try and build up to it the next couple of weeks. I don't know. I just, to me, it's like I just don't ever remember. I mean, I've been watching for a long time. I mean, I've been a fan for 50 years, man. You think we're gonna get Tiffany Julia again after getting it on SmackDown? Io Oscar, I'm telling you right now, that will be a very good match if that's what we get.
And are they going to have the men's tag team on SmackDown be there? The new tag team of Damian Priest and Ron Killings.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, maybe so they use SmackDown as a preview. Oh yeah. What's Seth gonna do?
I think he's going to be there to interfere in something. I just don't know what yet.
What are the
I
Usos
think
gonna
I
do?
think I think what's going to happen with Seth is he's going to interfere or come out and distract Brock or something during that Oba match. That's where I can see, and that's the only place that makes sense for him. The Usos,
Well,
I don't think they have anybody yet for them.
if they somehow get the Usos versus the Division, I can see Seth
There, yeah,
potentially doing something there.
that's true. I agree. If they can get that.
Getting the title. But I don't. But again, I mean, like recent memory when I look at the last bunch of WrestleManias. My gosh, at least by 3 weeks before, you kind of sort of all of a sudden had a feel as to how things were gonna be laid out and everything, and now you don't. I mean, they put the IC on Penta. Wouldn't it make sense to have him at Mania?
True. I would think so. Maybe that's
Yeah.
where Dom wins it, and then they build on that till SummerSlam. I did hear something else that there was plans for Gunther Rey Mysterio here at WrestleMania, but he is not going to be healthy in time. So now they're reworking it to possibly either find somebody else or do it at SummerSlam if he's available.
How did he get hurt?
Rey Mysterio got hurt in I can't remember the match he was in, but he hurt his ribs or something like that. But that's what
Oh,
that's why he's been out. It's like, so they're like, because I guess it was supposed to be him and Gunther, and then now with Gunther not being on TV lately, he's had time off, and they're working something out for WrestleMania, I guess, supposedly. But I don't know who they'd get.
I don't know. I mean, obviously he's not a career killer because Dragon Lee came back and had a hell of a match against Penta. So
Yep.
it didn't hurt his career going up against a career killer.
Yeah. I don't think they know the direction they're going in, but it's going to be either a really good WrestleMania or a terrible WrestleMania, one of the two. What do you think of Bad News Brown getting in the Hall of Fame? I don't think he did enough to get in there, but I don't agree with that one.
I mean, you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't think much of him when I think of him. I don't really, I, I don't like when I hear the name, nothing pops up that goes, oh, wow. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like nothing pops up like, demolition. You go, oh yeah, man, matches they had, holy cow. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like some of them you go, wow, holy god, man. Oh, like some of you, let's face it, some of the guys you forget about because it's been, 30 years. Right? It's been 30 years since you've seen him. It's been 40 years since him. You think about it, guys that were, big time.
And the other one was Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious?
Yeah, he was the other one.
Yeah, Psycho Sid, but he was
He did a little more than the other two guys there. Rodman.
He did a lot more than Bad News Brown.
Yeah.
Sid was crazy. I mean, I remember when Sid broke his leg in the ring that time. Sid was at least, he was Psycho Sid. I mean, he was, him, I can at least you can think of stuff when you hear that name, right? You think Psycho Sid, you think of, breaking his leg, you think of him going up against Hulk Hogan and all kind of stuff. When you think of again, you think of a guy like Bad News Brown, you're like, really?
The only thing I can think of is they couldn't find anybody else that would work, so they just threw him in there.
Well, I, yeah. What gets me is I just, you know, what about some of these other, like, how are they going to incorporate some of these other guys? Now because once a Bad News Brown gets in, does that mean Barry Horowitz should get in?
Doink the Clown.
Should the Brooklyn Brawler get in?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Bad News. I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying, for crying out loud, at least Barry Horowitz and guys like Brooklyn Brawler, they were on TV all the time. At least you knew them. Yeah, you knew they were going to lose when they stepped in the ring, but they were there.
So I didn't get that when I saw it.
The Hall of Fame thing, it's just becoming a participation trophy thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what they did with Sting and everything like that. Yeah. Barry Horowitz, Brooklyn Brawler, they did great. And Johnny Rods was another guy who was an all-time, jobber who did what he had to do and everything.
The chicken. Could have put the chicken in.
Yeah. Got the chicken in.
Jelly Roll's probably doing it so he can be in the Hall of Fame in another 2 or 3 years.
The truth is, he can. Look, right? Not Sting came over for a little bit, boom, Hall of Fame. What they're talking. Like if Chris Jericho would ever come back, it's to go ahead and get him in the Hall of Fame sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
From some of those guys. You think about some of the guys, who left, they come back, or this guy was such an icon in this association. We got to figure out how to go ahead and get him in. Like you watch, like Nick Aldis, who was, NWA champion, real TNA champion. You watch, he'll probably somehow get in the ring 1 or 2 times, and then all of a sudden, he'll be elected into the WWE, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. I don't really even, I don't think I haven't sat down on usually on that Friday night to watch it, live per se. I've seen some of the speeches, but I've always watched it on replay. I never went ahead and, went, oh, hey, WrestleMania weekend. Sorry, I have to go watch, the Hall of Fame acceptance speech stuff.
And no, I don't. I usually watch either the highlights or catch it somewhere else and just say, okay.
Hey, you catch it on YouTube because eventually it'll be on YouTube.
Yeah. So,
but I just don't know,
Have you gave any more thoughts of who is on the phone to Randy Orton? I'm sticking with my choice. That's who I think it is. Because he's not doing it. He's not busy. So I just don't see it being Ric Flair just because he's over there with AEW.
Yeah. I'm with you. The more that I think about it, the more the way it sounds.
And the way it's played out, it's like almost exact what happened with John Cena and Cody.
From that standpoint, I guess we could say it makes sense that it would be The Rock.
Because they never really ended that story. It's just John turned face. That's all it was.
Right. And you could have it of The Rock coming back and saying, hey, I failed the last time, Cody. I couldn't. Cena was too good of a good guy to go ahead and do it and be that heel that I needed him to be that
bad guy.
that bad guy, or to be that Cena who used ruthless aggression. He wasn't that guy anymore. But Randy's always been that guy when you look at what he has done throughout the years and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And from that standpoint, like I say, it does make sense from that standpoint.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Randy's going to get number 15 out of this. How long he holds it for is a different question, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get his 15th year. It really doesn't make sense that he doesn't after all this, really.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's man, Then watch, then you're having Cody, Chase, Randy.
SummerSlam.
You have him chasing him until for the rest of the year to SummerSlam. I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. See, the thing about it being The Rock is how do you make it just be a short storyline?
That's true. You got a point there. I think you'd have to run it, like you said, till the end of the year at least.
That's the part for me, right? If it is The Rock, which to your point, I mean, when you right now, if you connect the dots and everything, right now it looks like it's The Rock. There's no doubt about that.
Right.
But I'm just trying to think from a standpoint. It's funny. The old school wrestling fan that I am thinks, long-term story really needs to go in the trash, because I don't know the last time. I mean, it's been way too long where long-term storytelling was done by the WWE. So if we throw that out, does it matter? Is it, hey, Rock gets his champion? But then the thing is it's Randy out. Looks like he's shooting a movie.
Well, that's what I'm looking up now. It says as of March 26th, The Rock is heavily rumored for a WWE return, with recent subtle teases on Raw suggesting potential storyline, possibly heading towards WrestleMania 43, which you bring him back for the whole Randy deal. He doesn't have to be there every week. He could be via satellite. He could be talking to him on the phone. Really?
Expendables 5. Oh, Lachlan, you're the best, man. You're the best, Lachlan.
Well, he is filming a movie right now, but that wouldn't stop him from making a special appearance, because he's doing a sequel to Jumanji. But
no, especially when Norris passed away. Yeah, rest in peace, Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Although they said that Chuck Norris didn't die, he actually just went to another dimension to kick ass. I don't know. Like I said, to me, the long-term storyteller that what I think of is, when I look at it from that standpoint, is where would you go with this? Like what would you do?
I mean, if you do it with The Rock,
because I can understand. Like, here's something crazy.
right?
I can understand it. Let's say if it was I'll even go crazy. I'll say, a Logan Paul, a younger guy, right? Who you could say, hey, I'll make all your dreams, hey, I'll make everything you want go ahead and come true. If you're Randy, what's the only dream you could potentially have?
It's getting that 15th title.
Right. And then what after that?
I'm going for 16.
But are you somehow is there a turn? Does this stay this way until Randy retires? Is there some kind of turn from Randy because Randy gets another phone call? And this time it is from Ric Flair, because Flair is done with AEW and it's, hey, man, this wasn't what you were when we were Evolution. It wasn't what you were when you were in Legacy, and blah, 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 blah. You're not supposed to be this guy, and that's more voices in his head, and he goes freaking, nuts. Like, again, it's not,
If it's somebody that like you said, a younger guy that could offer him at, and let's say he loses at WrestleMania to Cody, does he turn back face then, realizing that he was fooled by this person, or does he stay heel? That would be my issue.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying that makes it so odd with it being Randy if it's The Rock. Because when you think about it, if you think Randy over here, you think Cody over here. You think Randy. I mean, it's not that he's super old, but you gotta believe he's not a full time go all out type of guy at the age he's at. Cody's younger. How much younger? I don't know. Cody gives you the feeling of he's going to be around a while. Randy doesn't give you that feeling. So if it's, hey, I'm going to make all your dreams come true, just say you'll be my champion and I will take care of you. See, why does Randy need that when the 14 other times he didn't?
Right.
This is why the Randy part makes it. This is why the Rock part just makes me scratch my head. That's why to your point, it seems so right that it would be him. But then I scratch my head and I'm like, okay. But
all right, so if you keep the Rock in the storyline here, he tells Randy that, yeah, I'll give you all this. Randy ends up losing at WrestleMania, proving that, okay, well, Rock, you said you were going to give me all these prizes, now I don't have it. Does that give the potential for a Rock Cody meeting at WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia?
Wow.
That's the only thing I can think of. If they're trying to get the Rock back for a major match there, him and Cody make the only sense. A singles match with those two. That's the only thing that makes sense. I mean, unless he drops the title to Randy and gets it back at like SummerSlam or whatever the one is, as a Survivor Series. One of those two. I mean, that's the only way I can see it happening.
Yeah, I think if you want Randy to have the title, it can't be a for lack of a better word, ceremonial type thing. Like it can't be like, hey, I win it at WrestleMania, and then 2 or 3 weeks, I lose it back on Raw, right? I think that's part of it also. From that standpoint, if the fans are about done with this version of Cody, could it be in a super duper twist? Yes, it's The Rock, but it is The Rock playing Randy Orton while he really has Cody, and then we get a Cody flip to a heel.
It is possible. But then
because Larkin is right, there are a lot more people who are just like just done with the pretty boy. It's like, I don't know, it's weird. It's almost like it's like John Cena, right? Everybody was so happy, Cena, yay, and then all of a sudden, right? Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. And that was one of those things where the fans started to go ahead and be, like 50-50. 50% hated him, didn't like him, 50%, loved him, everything. Cody is getting to that point where Cody, I should not say getting to it. Cody's at that point right now, like for me, Cody Rhodes is going to be on Raw. Okay, big deal. What's he gonna do? Hey, insert city name. What do you want to talk about? I mean,
okay, say your plan plays out that way, And the plan is for Cody Rock at WrestleMania 43. Do they turn Cody back to face, or does The Rock become a face again? And then, well, that would be an interesting.
Yeah, I just
I
don't know
like
what
that
that.
idea though. The big double twist there.
Yeah, I just don't know what that match does. I mean, I think from a standpoint, I don't. I mean, I understand what you're saying. Um, I think we have to.
Wait
We're
a
going to
minute.
have to look at. We're going to have to look at Saudi Arabia very different than we look at a mania in any other city.
I just
Because
realized.
obviously, I gotta believe the prince, in some way, shape, or form, is going to have some say or some kind of a say as to what is going on. And if the prince, says, "Hey, for the first WrestleMania outside of the United States or outside of the Western Hemisphere, I need The Rock
And
to
I can
be,
see that. So,
from that
what
standpoint."
match have they been talking about for years with The Rock?
Rock.
Rock Roman. People are also getting tired of CM Punk, if you haven't noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like yelling Roman more than they are his name when they're in the ring together. So if you have Roman beat Punk here, he could hold the title till next WrestleMania to fight The Rock. That's a good possibility there too.
Yeah, but I don't know from a standpoint of I gotta
Is
believe
that
that
a money match though?
I gotta believe that if it is Rock on the phone, that and I think anything of Rock and Roman, in my opinion, that's going to be a tough one to go ahead and pull off if you're
Yeah, right.
pulling Rock into a completely new storyline.
Yeah.
From that standpoint, I think you can. I think we can.
I'm just thinking the safest bet here is the Rock Cody match. That's kind of the only one that really makes sense for The Rock because he kind of, like you said, that storyline with Roman kind of went away. So, I mean, really, you don't have anything there. I mean, who else would The Rock go against if he's going to be there? I mean,
If you do that, at any point in time, you have The Rock and you have Cody in the ring together. Cody has to win, right?
I kind of would think so.
Because what do The Rock win do?
Really doesn't do anything unless that's where. Oh, if The Rock was, say that he could stay a heel. It could be a heel versus good guy, and then Rock wins. Cody's so pissed off about how he won or whatever lost, and then just turns and just starts beating the crap out of The Rock, and The Rock just sits up and smiles and say, "That's the Cody I wanted." I mean, I don't know. It's kind of, and then just hands him the title.
It could be. Could be. I don't know. Yeah, but going back to this whole thing, I mean, whoever it is on the phone
is going to be at WrestleMania.
But wouldn't it really need to be at one of these Raws beforehand?
I would think so. I mean, it's going to be interesting this Monday night because, like I said, this past one, or this was it Friday night? It was Friday night. This past Friday night, him being
My bad. Smack that.
Almost saying who it was on the phone than Matt Cardona's music. So, are they playing? Okay, next week he'll come out and talk again, and then he'll be revealed then, or they're going to wait till the week before to reveal who it is. I mean, I would think if you wanted to sell more tickets, if it's somebody like The Rock or somebody big that, would bring a little bit of more money in for you, you'd want to reveal it a little sooner than what a week before. You would think.
Unless unless ticket sales are, unless they're trying to hold off and see what happens with ticket sales, and then all of a sudden they realize, wow, ticket sales suck. Let's go ahead and do it now. Because you can't. See, I got that's what I'm saying. For me, it's like I just don't know from that standpoint, because when I look at, you know, what the possibilities are, okay, again, trying to think long term, which again, like I said, I don't think WWE does, is that all right? So, hey, Randy, I want you to be my champion. I'll give you everything you wanted, because of, here I am on the board, TKO, so on and so forth. So April 18th, final match. Randy beats Cody. He's the champion. It's the first step and everything. Then what? That's my only problem with it being The Rock. I just don't get. I don't know what the next step is, and maybe we're not supposed to do this.
I mean, I just, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's not Ric Flair. I'm pretty sure it's not Chris Jericho. I mean, maybe it's Danhausen.
You are cursed. Randy, if you don't do what I tell you, you are cursed.
I mean, is it possible it could be Batista? I don't see that because he's been so mad at WWE and saying things, but you never know.
See, like, I'll tell you right now. So, for instance, if it was back a few years and Triple H was able to get into the ring and it was Triple H against Randy, then I could kind of sort of see that. Again, I think to your point, right now,
The Rock made the only sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah. He couldn't get it done last year with John Cena, so okay, well, Randy Orton has always been a great heel and will stay heel for a while. There's your guy. Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah. He's moving away from that, doesn't want to be that, wants to go ahead, and be Dave Bautista, the actor, which I get it completely.
Or the other option that we have, and this would be a real curveball out of left field, be John Cena. I mean, there's that possibility. I think he's busy filming movies right now, but I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't make sense, but like I said, The Rock is really the focus because of how everything went down. It went down the same way like it did with Cody and John Cena. Too many similarities. If they would have done something different, might have thrown people off, but I think most people are thinking it's The Rock.
Oh, Cena's with The Rock.
Is he going to be in the Jumanji movie? I didn't see that, but maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, it could be either one of them technically, but I'm going to stick to my guns with The Rock. If I'm wrong, hey, I'm wrong. Cool. Like you said, if it happens to be like, say, even if it was, say, a Logan Paul or even a Braun Breaker or the other one, Bronson Reed, because they could be still calling, but they didn't really have anything against Cody really that much. It was more CM Punk.
Yeah, that's true. Between those two movies, there's been about 20 of them made.
Yeah, Fast and Furious just should be done.
Well, I think the problem the only problem I have is from a crowd perspective, or even just let's say a me perspective. Like, if it's The Rock, I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's him. Right? that's what I was hoping for, and it was when I was watching, when I was listening to the wrestling channel on Sirius XM, like that's what Bubba Ray was saying. Bubba Ray was like, I don't really care who it is right now, to be honest with you, but whoever it is, it needs to be a holy crap moment. It needs to be a, oh my gosh, I didn't see that coming moment.
Okay,
And I
putting
don't
it in
know if the ref does that.
putting it in the computer for AI, it comes back with the odds-on favorite would be Randy's dad, Cowboy Bob Orton, with the reference to the royal family, more than one royal family. The second is The Rock, which obvious. Ric Flair, but that's doubtful. Kevin Owens is another one they're saying to build on his past feuds with Cody Rhodes. And the one that kind of really makes me think about it is Randy himself. He's not really talking to anybody, just making it think he is.
Yeah, I mean, Cowboy Bob Orton, I mean, I thought that also, but then I'm thinking, how many of the fans are going to know who the hell Cowboy Bob Orton is?
And would he bring money? He's not really going to bring money.
Right.
The
Again,
Rock and Owens. I like the idea of if it's Randy to listen to his voices. That would be kind of cool. Like he says,
yeah.
He's sitting there and like next Friday he comes out. He's like, and the person that's been on the phone has been the voices in my head, and this is what they're telling me to do. You know, something like that. That kind of.
It would be cool if he had his phone and said, "This I recorded who I was talking with," and when he hits play, it's Randy himself going, "Hey, you're part of a royal family. You're a third generation wrestler. These people don't understand who you are, blah 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 blah." Right? So I can that would be very interesting. That would be very cool. You know, from that standpoint, I just. But then, to me, if it is Randy, that's a letdown.
A little bit. All that build up for him to say that, yeah, it would be.
And when I was listening to the Busted Open podcast on the wrestling channel, and Bubba Ray was basically, when they were talking about it, and he was like, I don't really have a clue. I don't really know. I'm not 100% sure. He goes, I don't really care. He said, but it's got to be something that is going to, for it to work the right way, in his opinion, it needs to be somebody or the voice of someone that would make Cody Rhodes go, oh my God, not him, not her, whoever that may be. Like, to me, that's what it would have to, that's what it have to be. Now, imagine if it was something really effed up and he had some kind of recording of Dusty Rhodes' voice.
There you go.
Now, that
would definitely.
That would be absolutely nuts. Like, that's the type
Dusty
of
just saying, you're part of a royal family too. Cody's not the only one. I mean,
the voice from the grave, like that would be one that would be like, holy smokes. That's all I hope. I hope whatever they're going to reveal it as is that it makes Cody have a holy crap moment. That's what it needs to do. Because if it doesn't, then what?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else there that would make a OMG moment there. I don't think. I mean, Stone Cold's not going to do it. No, Vince McMahon probably would. I mean, he's not going to wrestle, but I mean, he would be a good, even if he's only on the phone, he never shows up.
Right.
That would be one.
Because there's a guy who goes back to Cowboy Bob Orton. There's a guy who goes back to Bob Orton Sr. Probably. I don't know, man. I just it's a weird twist to throw in at this point in time.
Right.
But I don't know. There's things that make me, I don't know, like maybe they're looking in the archives somewhere for something that they could pull forward and make people believe that they actually did long-term story.
Yeah, I don't know how that would. I mean, it's the things that make you go,
Yeah,
It'll be interesting to see what happens the next couple of weeks.
you got that right.
But I'm pretty sure Roman's going to beat CM Punk. I can't see that going any other way either. I mean,
that's another one. Like,
and now they're saying Jay is the head of the table, not Roman anymore, because he was telling Roman what to do. I mean, I just don't see how that helps anything.
I don't know. The what we think is from a storyline perspective, I just don't know anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they're gonna do. This is what gets me. Like, what do you like? Who are you putting in the ring with Roman? Are you, after if Oba beats Brock, are you trying to set up now Oba and Roman? Are you putting the belt on Oba at such an early age, in such an early time of being, in the WWE? I mean, I don't know, but again, it's one of those things where, if you're gonna put it on a guy like Oba, it can't be a ceremonial like, hey, ooh, here's your cup of coffee, enjoy, have fun, and bang. The next month that's some off friggin' road PLE, he loses.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I'm just going to sit back and see what happens and see what the open match is that they're going to add on to WrestleMania. Pretty sure it'll be a women's match.
They got a lot more to go. I think they only have 8 or 9. I gotta believe they want to be somewhere between 12 and 14 for the weekend.
I would imagine. I don't.
I can't believe they do 5 and 5 because if you're Vegas, oh my gosh, if you're already telling me I'm paying more money than I've had to pay in a long time, and now you're telling me you're going from 7 matches a night to 5, oh man,
People would be pissed.
Yeah. Like Lawkins said, you don't know what you're doing with Seth Rollins. They've been building up Javon Evans so much. Are you going to not have him? Again, we mentioned Penta. Are you not going to have him?
I would imagine Penta would have to be there. Who his opponent would be? I mean, do you make a Dom and Penta match before you do a Dom and Finn Balor?
If the thought process is that Finn is back to where he deserves an individual title, then yes. Because then you have Finn take the belt off of Dom.
So you say Penta drops it to Dom, and then SummerSlam you have Finn and
which I don't like, because why the hell did you bring Penta over here? Why'd you make a big deal of signing Penta and now you're gonna put a belt on him, and then in such a short period of time you're gonna take it off of him?
Or do you have Dom interfere in that match on Penta's behalf, not get caught? Dom loses. Finn goes after the title at SummerSlam against Penta, wins, and basically says, I got a job done that you couldn't get done. If you want a shot, here I am.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't believe Gunther should retire. Ray should be his own son.
I agree. To me, that's one of those things where, yeah. And to me, that's one of those things where when that happens, what I would love to see is like a Ray start to get a beat down put on him, and Dom come to the rescue. to save him, just so Ray doesn't go out as still the deadbeat dad type thing or anything like that.
Right? Yeah, he comes out, costs Gunther the match, so it's not technically has to retire or career over. So yeah, I agree there. That'd be good if that would happen.
But, yeah, I don't know. There's just too many
unanswered questions.
Yeah, there's too many possibilities, man. There's too many things. There's too many, what if they do this? What if they do that? Where's this person? Like you said, you got new tag team champions. Okay, so what are you doing with Truth and Damian Priest? Really those two together? I don't know. I just,
I didn't get that either.
It is what it is. I get it. Let it be what it be. But I don't know. I just don't think from a standpoint, it's really worth, whoever they go up against is, I don't even know who they would go. I don't even know who they would fight, but is it going to be WrestleMania worthy?
Exactly. That's what I say.
That's the part that I don't know. Like, even, I'm not going to lie. I don't think Trick Williams, Sami Zayn is WrestleMania worthy.
No. That's a Monday Night Raw at best.
Yeah. Well, it could be a PLE. It could be a PLE, but in my opinion, it's just not it's not your Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I
would have rather seen Dragunov and Carmelo go at it at WrestleMania.
I know. That would be an awesome match.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. We're looking at I can't fathom where they're going with some of these things. Right now you have two non-title matches that we know of: the Drew, Fatu, Oba, and Brock.
Yeah.
How many more of them are you going to add that are non-title matches? And then what titles are you not going to show up? Okay, you want to put Io and Asuka. Okay, it's a third non-title match. But if you were going to do 14 per night, the 7 per night. So now that's 14. You have 11 more matches. Are every one of them title matches? They could be.
Yeah.
But that means you're bringing the women's IC, the women's US title. Are we getting AJ Lynch, Becky?
I'm pretty sure we are there. I can almost guarantee that one's going to be there. Mm-hmm. I thought they mentioned that in the last time they wrestled or were out talking with each other. She goes, you want a match? I'll give it to you at WrestleMania. But AJ said, so I think that one's going to be set. Let's see, is there any updates on it? Let me look.
So Walken says 6 women's matches, so all titles, plus Io, Asuka. I wonder if you have an Io and Asuka. I wonder if that's when Kairi Sane turns and befriends Asuka and goes back to being Io's friend.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right now, there's 8 matches.
Right.
You have the Cody Rhodes, you have the CM Punk, you have the Cargill Rhea, Stephanie Liv, AJ Becky, Sami Zayn, Trick Williams, Fatu, and McIntyre, and the Oba Femi. So let's see. You got the men's, the 2 men's tag team. You have the IC for the men's, the US for the women, and the women's tag team. That's 6 more that they get add, which would give you 14 matches.
Right.
And that's how I would imagine they would do that. But one of them, like Larkin said, I think is going to be a triple threat.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the women's titles. You're going to have the 2 large women versus Bailey and Lyra and probably the Bella twins.
And you're going to probably have Flair and Bliss. It's probably going to be a fatal 4-way.
Seth will have a non-title, but I don't think he's going to have an actual match. I think he's there to interfere more than anything. I don't see who he would go up against if you're going to have Logan Paul and Austin Theory go for the men's tag team.
Yeah.
He'd have to be there strictly to interfere, or if he doesn't interfere in that match, it'll be the Brock Lesnar match. Because Brock's been jobbing the last 2 weeks with being body slammed, basically, and then over the rope. So, I mean...
But I don't think he does Seth Rollins view Brock Lesnar as part of the vision. Because that would be the only reason why he would get involved is if he views Brock being part of the vision. I think he just looks at Paul and Theory as being the vision.
Well, yeah, I just see right now that's where Seth is tied to is the Brock Oba match right now. That's where he's been involved in so far. He hasn't really been involved with the guys match. So
True.
I'm kind of like, okay, well, where you go? You gotta. I mean, does he take out Paul Heyman to distract Brock and then Brock gets pinned? That would make sense. But I mean,
I don't know. I think him injecting himself into that match is not good because why are you building Oba up that way to then have somebody come in and disrupt it.
I agree. I mean, I'm just saying where he's tied to right now. That makes sense, but he is still tied to the team of Logan and Austin too. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, and here's another one. I'm gonna throw this out there. Backtracking to the Randy. What if it's Paul Heyman in his ear, trying to recruit him for the
division?
He would make a better player in the division than Brock would if Brock was ever to join that. I don't think he ever would. But I mean, he would be an interesting replacement. Because him and Seth have had matches. So, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But
I agree. Well, hey, we'll find out. I mean, hopefully Monday night, we get a little something. We could talk about next Wednesday. We'll be back to Wednesday next week.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
Sounds good, brother.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you being able to go ahead and do the show tonight. Glad we were able to go ahead and do it. Keep going. This is episode 18 already in the books, but we appreciate everybody who's hung out with us tonight and chatted. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, wherever you are located.
Enjoy your weekend.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks, everybody. You will be treated. Peace.